kids, welcome to the Time for the Young. Here I am outside of church, and I'm here with this being that the kids talked about in Stepping Stones last week, and it looks a little bit like a scarecrow. I would have called it a scarecrow, but in the story about it, the little girl who was going to put it together for her school probably, thought it was called a Storecrow. So she decided, her name was Annie, and she went out, she had a dream about it even, and she went out and she got all these sticks to put on the bottom and make it like that, and then she put a gourd as a head and many other little gourds around here. And if you look down, you can see here's a gourd with some cranberries there. This is really an adorable one. Doesn't this gourd look like a duck? It's adorable. Anyway, she put together that, and then she took all the seeds that had been, you know how inside pumpkins there are all these seeds, and she'd taken all the seeds from inside the gourd and inside pumpkins, and she'd spread them around the Storecrow's skirt. And the next morning when she went there were birds and chipmunks and squirrels. Some of them were eating the gourd, some of them were eating the seeds. It was a whole group of animals that don't necessarily usually have dinner together. And it was really a wonderful example of how the scarecrow was really a storecrow, and maybe even you could call it like a sharecrow, because all of the animals were eating together. And she saved the seeds so she could plant them and have a storecrow the next year. It's a matter of everybody is welcome at God's table. All of the food that is grown here, that we see grown here, and we use it as decorations, but this is food that God creates and wants us to share so that everybody can have some. And just let me say one more word about this. Is part of a contest or exhibit that they have at Q Curb Farm in Acton, and it's to benefit NAMI, which is the National Alliance of Mental Illness. And you could drive by there. Oh my goodness, does it sound like something's happening here? It does to me. Oh, there it goes. There they go. Anyway, it's if you wanted to get your mom and dad to drive you by there in Acton, you would see lots of them, and there's one there that's a twin to Annie's sharecrow, storecrow, scarecrow. So, tonight would be a nice thing to do on a Saturday, and maybe pick some apples or carve a pumpkin or two. But when you do, remember that that's all about God's abundance and that everybody is welcome at the table.